Hi, so with patch 7.2.5 only a few days away, I thought I would go over a series of videos explaining what you need to know in terms of what is coming out in this patch. And in this first one, we're going to go over the 5 main pieces of what might be called new content. The first of which is obvious. It's going to be the new raid being released, the Tomb of Sargeras. But it doesn't come out when the patch comes out, it's a week later. The storyline here is we've managed to drive back the Legion. Wherever we fought the Legion, we've won over. But they still keep pouring in through the Tomb of Sargeras. So we need to breach that tomb. At the point at which the raid is released, that is where we're there. We're going to shut off the demon's ability to get into Azeroth easily. Killjaden's having none of it. He's come to personally make sure that that is not going to happen, that the Legion can eventually overwhelm us on Azeroth. With the coming of the new raid tier, not only will the old cutting-edge achievements and ahead of the curve be unavailable, but also we'll be able to do Mythic Trial of Valor and Nighthold with cross-server groups because it will no longer be the current content. We'll be getting all new tier gear. So there'll be tier 20 armor sets and armor sets bonuses. You'll be able to mix and match tier 19 sets with tier 20 sets to potentially make a 2-set bonus and a 4-set bonus, or just 2 2-set bonuses. There's 9 new bosses, and Kil'jaeden himself is reputed to be more difficult than Gul'dan, so this is going to be arguably the most difficult raid boss that there will have been in Legion, with the possible, and I say possible, exception of the very first version of Mythic Helya, which was of course an absolute nightmare, but that was later nerfed. That won't be the only new raid, of course. We're also going to be getting Timewalking Black Temple. However, this will only be available when TBC Timewalking is active. It's going to be a 10 to 30 man raid. That basically means that it's not an LFR. It's not going to work like the Molten Core raid that they brought out for the 10th anniversary, where you just queued up like LFR. This is more in the vein of a normal heroic group where you're going to have to get a group together. You can have anything from 10 to 30. You're going to have your level scaled down to 70 and your item level scaled down to 141. That means, of course, that you will be able to use items that you possess that are at least item level 141 without suffering unnecessarily from this. So you can get yourself a Black Temple Raid Timewalking kit together if you want. A couple of offbeat pieces of content. We have first of all got the Auction House Dance Studio. This is not a major piece of content as such. I'm putting it in here because it's going to be very noticeable when it appears. When this is coming around, an auction house in Orgrimmar in Stormwind is suddenly going to be turned into a dance party. It goes without saying that you are not going to be able to use the auction house for auctions at this particular point, but you are reminded of this as you go towards it. There's an NPC talking to a guard saying, "Oh, what am I supposed to do about selling my goods?" And the guard reminds them, well, there are more auction houses in this city, you know. When you go in, you use your own racial dance there. There's different types of music, sometimes high tempo, sometimes lower tempo. Every now and then someone gets teleported onto stage and there's a bit of an announcement about that particular race showing its moves. Another cosmetic piece of content, which is actually looking much more interesting, is the Trial of Style. This is a transmog competition. You go into here with other players, you queue up, and you are given a theme. And you are given a set amount of time to create yourself a transmog, for which you don't have to rely on your own transmog wardrobe. You're given one in the event, to be able to come up with a suitable transmog for that theme. And then you go up on stage, 2 players at a time, and people get to vote for which one they think is best. The overall winner of this competition receives some new transmog gear, and the runners-up receive a consolation prize as well. And finally, a great new piece of casual content along the same veins of the Withered Army training, which of course has now been largely done and dusted because it only lasts so long. This is another one in the same vein, the deaths of Chromie. You are going to be invited to go to Chromie, who is being assassinated in multiple time streams. And it is your job to go back with Chromie to try and prevent these assassinations. This is not something that you're going to be able to do first time. The whole point of this is you go and you do a certain amount, and you're going to run out of time on certain things, but you're going to learn from that and you're going to get better. And as you do it as well, Chromie gets experience. When she gets enough experience, you're able to effectively give her talents. You can give her abilities to make her more suitable as a companion for you while you go through these different time events. Eventually you will become quicker at it, you'll know exactly what you're doing, Chromie will become more powerful, and you'll be able to complete the content a little bit quicker, It is exactly like the Withered Army training scenario in that regard. As I say, fantastic piece of casual content. Those are my 5 main new pieces of content for 7.2.5 that are worth mentioning. Hope you found this video enjoyable. If you did, don't forget to subscribe for further content. Check out the playlist that it's in because there'll be other videos coming in there as well very soon. And don't forget to share with other people who might also be interested. Until next time, I'll see you later.